Big Story Breakdown. Tonight's Big Story Breakdown is rural health care. New questions tonight surrounding Oklahoma's billion-dollar rural health initiative. We're tracking how that money's being spent over the next 5 years.
The state once described an outside firm's role in this as critical, paying them over $1 million so far in a contract now worth up to $10 million. But we found any reference to Boston Consulting Group has since disappeared from the state's website. We're asking why. $1 billion federal dollars potentially flowing through Oklahoma to transform rural health care, and state leaders pledge transparency.
We just want to really be transparent with you about what's happening.
The word transparent echoed in the state health department's recent public webinar outlining how they'll dole out the first year's allocation of $223.5 million.
We have a website that is dedicated to rural health transformation because we have a commitment to be transparent on this.
But in that nearly hour-long presentation and across the entire website, no mention of Boston Consulting Group or any third party involved in managing or advising on this grant, or how much we're paying the firm headquartered nearly 1,700 miles away. Archived versions of the state website stated Boston Consulting Group would continue to support Oklahoma's rural health program, calling the firm's expertise critical as the state launched the massive federal grant. Fox 25 found that mention of BCG was removed February 11th, the same day we filed an open records request asking questions. The Department of Health tells Fox 25 the reference was removed to avoid confusion for applicants and partners as the program moved from the application phase to implementation, and that Boston Consulting Group is providing technical support behind the scenes, not running or administering public programs. The state says they've paid BCG so far over $1 million for administrative and technical support. Our open records request, though, revealed the current contract with BCG through 2026 pays them up to $10 million. Much of that contract was redacted when the state handed it over to Fox 25.
Can you give some peace of mind on allowing that group so much control in how we disperse this money?
Oklahoma Commerce CEO John Budd is a former partner and managing director at Boston Consulting Group.
I really don't, that program doesn't come through the Department of Commerce, so I really don't have a lot of information on that. I spent 16 years of my life working for that firm a long time ago. I've been away from them since, as my employer since 2013.
But records obtained by Fox 25 indicate Budd was serving as a part-time consultant to Boston Consulting Group well beyond 2013, during which time Oklahoma entered into at least 4 contracts with BCG under a statewide consulting agreement that began back in 2022. How much Oklahoma has paid Boston Consulting Group in total under these agreements remains unclear. Our request for records continues as rural Oklahomans are counting on our state and this outside firm to get this right.
Who's going to be holding them accountable for Oklahomans?
So they would have a client at the state, and that would be the entity that would hold them accountable.
Oklahoma's Department of Health tells us administrative and technical support costs will be included in the program's budget summary and available on their website. But for now, the out-of-state consultants making millions from Oklahoma operate under the public radar. I pushed the health department to find out why so much of their contract with BCG was turned over to us with full pages of redactions. They tell me it was to protect sensitive vendor details and personal contact information. However, just hours ago, they shared with me the mostly unredacted version. I've shared that along with a link to apply for the first public grant opportunity involving this federal money. Just head to okcfox.com. And now we want to hear from you on whether you think using this consulting firm is a good use of your taxpayer money. We have a poll up right now on our Facebook page, and right now you can see the results showing about 13% of you say yes, 67% say no.
Meanwhile, the Oklahoma Rural Health Transformation Program now releasing its first public grant application for the Community-Led Wellness Hubs Micro Grants Program. This program is one of 29 programs included in Oklahoma's RHT initiatives. Funding will be used to support one-time purchases of equipment and other lasting assets that can help improve healthcare access, outcomes, and overall community wellness in rural communities across the state. Applications are due April 13th.
Employees at Wagoner Community Hospital say their paychecks were delayed this week, leading to a lot of questions about why and when employees will be paid.
Fox 25's Daniela Julio Cano has the details and what the health system has to say.
News Channel 8 reached out to the Wagner Community Hospital asking for an interview. Hospital administrators told us that they were not available for an interview, but they did provide a statement saying the payroll delay was caused by what they described as soft business deposits during the most recent payroll cycle. Soft business deposits would be considered payments from insurance companies, patients, or government reimbursements. In the statement, the hospital says payer deposits can and do fluctuate up and down. The hospital says, quote, "A wire will be sent first thing tomorrow morning to initiate the direct deposit wages for our associates."
Typically what happens is that a hospital will treat a patient, they'll file their insurance, and it may be that the insurance company only pays 60 cents on a dollar that's owed.
In a local Wagner Facebook group, there were posts from people saying that they received an email about a temporary $200 advance they could request while waiting for their paychecks. The email in the post from Wagner Hospital went on to say that the advance would later be deducted from a future paycheck once payroll is processed. This isn't the first time the hospital has faced payroll concerns. Last year, the Wagner City Council held an emergency meeting and approved a $350,000 loan to help the hospital make payroll after federal funding was delayed. The hospital paid back the city. Rasmussen says delayed payments from insurance companies can create financial pressure for hospitals across the country. Hospitals may have to wait months to receive the full payment they're owed, while continuing to cover expenses like staffing and payroll.
More and more resources are spent, healthcare costs go up, and hospitals then struggle to ensure that they can make all of their obligations because the payments are delayed.
Wagner City Councilor Nathaniel Wilson released a statement on Facebook saying, in part, employees who have performed their duties and worked their scheduled hours have the right to receive the wages they have earned. Wilson also says he is requesting additional information about the situation and has asked for an emergency meeting to address concerns about the payroll delay.
Daniela Julio Cano reporting there. We also asked hospital officials if any employees did not show up to work. They tell us they do not have an exact number, but they believe less than 10 out of 200 associates would be the number there. Now, lawmakers are also looking to put safeguards in place for the $223 million the state received to support rural health care. House Bill 3975 aiming to ensure the money is spent the way it should be. The measure would create the Oklahoma Rural Health Transformation Program under the State Department of Health. Would also establish a revolving fund to manage the state's share of the money.
So it's something that we want to be very cognitive of and make sure the money's being allocated and spent in the proper way. And I think that's guys like myself, who I'm from rural Oklahoma. There's a plethora of people in the Senate and in the House that are always rural watchdogs to make sure that that money's being allocated and spent in the correct, proper manner.
The bill passed unanimously in the House. Appropriations and Budget Committee is now eligible to be heard on the House floor.
And that was your Big Story Breakdown. You can learn more about this billion-dollar rural health initiative on OKCFox.com.
Plus, head over to our YouTube page. You can watch all of our previous Big Story Breakdowns. Just scan the QR code on your screen or search OKC Fox.